Is it safe to fly today? AI. What's going on? And why should we care? Parents mailed their child to their grandparents. All this next on Cabin Pressure with Sean and G.
Prepare for takeoff.
Hey everyone, welcome. This is Cabin Pressure. Another week went by, Sean.
Another week. Here we are in the beautiful USA in the freaking frozen tundra.
It's freezing our asses off this week.
Dude, I am
Shit was so cold.
It is so cold right now. I mean, this is the one part of like winter that I hate. Like it's so freaking cold. When it gets down to those single digits, like it's like that just cut you through the bone, you know? Like
Yeah, you
cold,
take your bag out, man. My you know how your trunk, lift it open, shit don't work, man. It just falls right back down. You got to make sure you don't get your head hit. I mean,
Dude,
you know,
it's just so brutal cold. I mean, between the two things I don't like about the cold and the salt.
Yeah.
Then the salt everywhere.
Yeah, but the salt wasn't even working. It's so damn cold.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, there's a certain, that's one thing a lot of people probably don't know about cold is that salt only works in a certain temperature.
Yeah.
Like between a certain temperature.
Then it's just rock shit that gets tied up in your car.
Yeah. It's just like dirt, white, freaking dust everywhere.
You got a nice car. The car doesn't look like shit. You take it out of the car wash. Next thing you know, it's all covered in salt.
Yeah. Yeah. I was staying at a hotel last week and it was like they kept mopping the floors with the people walking in and like salt.
Same thing. Yeah, they do the same thing at the gym. So what's been going on with you this week?
You know, this is the bad part of the show and life, and we're dealing with my father-in-law. We just put him in hospice, and I think it's for the better. You know, it's like it's you know, this, like we've talked about this stage of life right now, like how we are having these parents that are getting older and stuff like that, and everybody's going to more funerals than we were going to weddings now at our age and shit. But yeah, the father-in-law is just like he is on his way out, and it's a very sad, slow moving process.
I think that's one of the hardest things, because I remember when my mom passed, and you go down there and you spend the time with them. It's probably one of the hardest things. I mean, there's two sides of that, right? I mean, there's one side of it to where you think about you just miss them, right? You know you're going to miss them, and you know what's going on, and you already know you're going to miss them. Your heart's hurting and everything. But then there's the other side is whenever you see your parents and they're in pain, and I mean really, really bad pain, if you love your mom and dad, I mean really love them, it reaches down into the inside of your soul and rips it out. Yeah. And all you want to do is take away the pain. And I think that's one of the hardest things to deal with as a child, when you have that love for your parent and you're sitting there watching them, and all you want to do is take away their pain, because their whole life they took yours away, and you're sitting there. And for me right now, it's very emotional, because I remember those moments with my mom, and it's just gut wrenching. And I can't imagine being in your wife's shoes right now.
Yeah. The family right now is like going through all the emotional roller coasters of the events, because not only is like, he's 94 years old, and my mother-in-law is 94 years old, and she's got dementia. And he's got like the early onset of dementia is happening with him too, because he's getting very confused. And I don't know if it's like a combination of the process of, of his health state or whatever, but his mind's not totally there too. You can clearly hear that, from the things that are happening and stuff. But, to reason with them is also like this like mental struggle. Like you cannot, it's hard to take yourself out of the natural, like, wanting to care for them. Like, be able to say, hey, I want to reason with them. I want to provide them with everything to make them as comfortable as possible and all that stuff. But at the same time, there's some like requests and stuff that they talk about and stuff that just like, you're not really talking to your parents anymore, because your parents, they've gotten to the stage where the mind's not there anymore.
Right.
And so it's really, really difficult to go just the whole process. And I'm sure a lot of people out there can relate to what's happening and stuff like that. But that's,
But that's what, I mean, when you're going through, I know exactly what you're saying. Cause when my mom was down there, the one thing is that you become their protector too, because,
Sure.
You make sure that nobody is doing anything that they're not supposed to be doing. I know that. And the one thing that I can say with this as being a parent, and I did see this with my mom, and when my mom was going through this, is amazing is that when we knew that my mom was passing, and the most amazing thing is not about, again, money or anything that you have, but when you open your eyes and the people that you love the most they're standing right there, and they're with you as you're passing over. I think that there's nothing better than that, because you did it right, because your kids are right there and they wouldn't be anywhere else. And I think that's truly what it is about life is that, when your mom and dad pass on, that you're there.
Yeah. Family has to be there.
Yeah.
So
I feel really bad for her.
Yeah, I feel bad for her, but these are stages of life we're going to have to get through, and that's what's happening right now with me. But what's been going on with you?
Oh man, I was sitting there. I was doing the flying a few days ago, and did you see that weather? Did your wife get caught up all that weather a few days ago? The panhandle shit, all that weather that was moving up.
No, she wasn't flying, because this weekend we were like we.
Oh, that's right.
We went off to Indiana.
Okay, so this is what she missed. Wasn't a whole big miss, but so they had this whole damn weather front going from the Gulf. And it was moving up through the panhandle. Okay. And Jacksonville Center.
Yeah.
What happens?
Clusterfuck.
Shuts the whole damn thing down, right?
Yeah.
I don't care what the hell's going into Florida. Jacksonville Center will shut that shit down. And that's exactly happened. So
Jacksonville Center is like the gateway to Florida. Like, like for people out there that don't really know.
Like the gatekeeper,
Yeah,
Sean.
they're like the gatekeeper. So like if you can't get, if you're flying from any destination and you're going down and you have to go traverse through the panhandle area, or, get to the lower end of the peninsula of They make it hard for you. Like they
got like a godlike send them.
they will send you out into the Atlantic, or they'll send you like off into the Gulf of America.
They were shutting that shit down, Sean. We had all of our Floridas, everything to Florida was delayed a minimum of 2 hours. The only ones that got out was the very early morning flight got off the ground. But okay, so they started shutting that down. So then we were supposed to depart around, I think it was like 11 or something like that. And then, it's Cleveland weather, right? Shit started snowing. So it was, okay, so we had the weather front in Cleveland, the snow coming in Cleveland, the temperature started dropping. So, the de-icing fluid and all that, the way that works. So now we're going, okay, now either we got snow, de-icing, and we got Jacksonville Center and the weather.
Oh, you had a beautiful,
perfect shit show day. And I mean, it's one of those ones I was supposed to be done at 2:00. Was not going to happen. So we're down in the crew room, and when they had one of the supervisors, one of the flight attendants, turn around, and she was like, "Gary, you always say this. When you come to work, you never plan on anything going right."
Yeah, that's the way you have to approach this job. Really, I mean, you got to plan. Like for anything, like you should be able to. And what cracks me up too is like how many people that we know that we fly with and coworkers and stuff that don't do that.
Oh, they get mad,
and then they get bent out of shape of it. And I'm like.
Do you ever plan on this shit going right, Sean? I mean, seriously,
Never.
I mean, never. When I show up, I plan on it being a complete shit show. So if I do get home on time, if everything goes good, then I'm one happy person. But listen, I work for the airline industry. Okay, these are machines. Things happen. Weather happens. Let me tell you something. it's going to be a shit show. And if it goes good, great. That's phenomenal. If it doesn't, I don't get worked up about it. I got a bag. I got my stuff. I'm going to go to a hotel somewhere. And if I don't go to a hotel, I'm going to sleep on a couch somewhere. I don't care. I mean, it is what it is. It's the industry and I chose to be in. And I told her, I was like, you guys know, I mean, I just sit around here and I wait and plane takes off. I go. That's it. I mean,
you know the best way to mess up your day? Plan something.
But there's always somebody that does that, right? And they're sitting there going, they're always crying, yelling, or screaming about it. And even passengers, when they start yelling about their flight and why something didn't happen, and they're like, "Damn airline," or "Damn this," or "Damn," and I'm like, "Are you serious? Look outside." I mean, it's snowing here. You've got a shitload of weather down in Florida. What did you think is going to happen?
Yeah, all the variables. They don't, they're oblivious.
There's a hurricane down there. Let's fly through it. Oh, okay. Yeah. That sounds like a lot of fun. I know.
We chalk this up to like when there's new hires and like the inexperience of people and stuff. Or so like you can do that to the public too, the inexperience of the public or the inexperience of some new hires. But we get to this sometimes out of like very experienced, employees and stuff. And we're like, really?
Yeah, you just look at him.
Really?
I mean,
are you clueless?
You get
Come on. You've been doing this way too long to be acting that way.
It should not bother you at all. I mean, it does. I don't flinch with it. I'm like, whatever. I mean, as long as that damn plane pulls up to the jetway and my ass walks off of it, I'm good, man.
Thank God.
That's the best flight in the world. I don't care turbulence, whatever it is. People sitting there and say, "Oh, that was a bad flight." I said, No. Bad flight. A bad flight is when me and you are walking out of a cornfield in Kansas or Nebraska, and we're trying to find a way home. That's a bad damn flight. A good flight is when we pull up to a gate and we walk off of it. That's a good flight.
Yeah, it's a good flight.
That's it. That's just the way I look at it. And everybody does their own thing. That's the way I look at it. Been doing it a long time. We'll continue to look at it that way. But had to tell you, man, on the TV, did you see that brawl with the USA and Canada?
The brawl with USA, kind of the hockey team. Yeah. Dude, I think it was like MMA matches every couple of seconds there. I mean, it was so.
You knew that was coming.
So crazy. I mean, just the whole rival thing that's happening right now with Canada and US. And, it's all fueled by Trump's comments and, trying to make him the 51st state and all that crap. Like, it's like, I mean, it's so comical that he's just like this. Some of the shit that comes out of his mouth is just, you're like, what? who would think about that? Come on.
9 seconds into the match, man. You had to love it. 9 seconds. They were talking about it being old school, and it reminded me of an old movie. Do you remember Slapshot?
Slapshot. I have not seen that, but it's like a comedy.
Oh my God, you guys! If you want a good comedy, Paul Newman was in this movie. It was called Slapshot back in the day. And it's going to be a free movie. It's very, very funny. It's about a hockey team, and they are a low rent hockey team. I mean, they are low budget, but it is funny as crap, man. You got to go see. I mean, you don't have to go see it. You just bring it up.
I'm sure a lot of hockey fans and stuff probably have all seen it. It's kind of like
the Hanson brothers. Anybody seen this? The Hanson brothers. This would remind me of the Hanson brothers. If you put the Hanson brothers out there for Team USA in Canada, first Hanson brother, start ass whooping. Second Hanson brother, ass whooping. Third ass whooping, and it's all within the first 10 seconds.
This kind of reminds me of our adventure down in Florida when I met all your brothers.
Hanson brothers.
Meeting the Millers.
Yeah, meet the Millers. That would be it, right? That's true. Didn't take long, did it?
Yeah,
Sean?
It didn't take long. I mean, walk into a bar and we're in a fight.
I did. Something I can't help it. I did love that. That's hockey in the United States. That's hockey in Canada too. Everybody likes to see hockey players go at it. They just gave them a reason. I mean, anytime you boo the national anthem in our country or anywhere that U.S. citizens are at, some shit's gonna go down,
dude.
Right?
It should go down. It doesn't matter what country you're from.
Sorry.
If you're from that country and somebody else is booing your national anthem,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. On. If we'd have booed theirs, they'd have went ape shit.
It's on.
Right? And you do something to our flag, mess with our anthem. Yeah. It's game on. But it was pretty funny.
Right. It's crazy stuff, man. Anyways, news, man. I was flipping through the news and stuff and checking out different things that happened like in history and stuff. But because Trump's president and stuff, I was just kind of like something popped up on the radar. And there, do you remember the Trump shuttle?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's been in everything though.
Yeah, I mean, when you start thinking about like all the businesses and stuff that he's been involved in, it's unbelievable. I mean, for those people that don't know what we're talking about, Trump shuttle. Trump started an airline back in 1989 with 17 Boeing 727s, and all he was doing was a shuttle from New York to Boston, and he did it all the way to 92, and then ended up selling the thing, and U.S. Airways bought the routes and bought the whole entire airline and incorporated into U.S. Airways, which is now incorporated and merged into American. But I was just like, this is super interesting. Like all the stuff he's been involved in. It's like he's not foreign to any type of business.
No, I mean, hell, he had the casino. Remember that, Atlantic City?
Yeah,
I mean, I used to go there. I mean, early we used to actually fly Cleveland to Atlantic City. Do you remember? Were you were here with that?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
The Cleveland Atlantic City run. I mean, we used to go there all the time to that casino. And that was a big thing for him too. And I remember that because they had talked about when that casino went down, and business is crazy, right? I mean, we really don't understand a lot of it, but when I was reading about that, a lot of these businesses are created when they fail. When they fail, you think, oh, that's a failure, right?
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
Because what happens is some of them are big time tax write-offs.
Oh, heck yeah, man. When you close a business for the owner or like for the agent, the corporation or whoever, that's a gigantic tax write-off.
Well, they talked about that in that casino years ago. And they were saying about, like failed businesses with him and stuff. And these is any businessman, not just Trump, but any businessman that they diversify what they do. So you might think that, oh, they had this failed business. Well, is it good or bad, or did it fail, or did they just plan it for a big tax write-off?
I would care to say that probably every billionaire out there has been involved in failed businesses. There's like everybody just doesn't strike it like it's been 100% successful the whole way. There's nobody out there. But some of them don't even. They probably wouldn't even care because if it did fail, it's a tax write-off. Because they got so much money, they're going to bounce back from it. It's not like they're going to lose everything and that's what they were talking about. That casino. That casino was a huge tax write-off for him. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's how big business works. Like that's how. Who was it? Gates and what's his name? Oh my gosh, Buffett, that was saying, if you have money and if you're a billionaire, you don't pay taxes. Yeah. You don't pay. It's not that they're saying that they don't pay the taxes at all. It's at the system that's out there and how they work the system. It's kind of like that. They fail a business, boom, it's a write-off. I'm not paying any taxes because I'm writing that off, Right. So,
but his was a perfect example, though. I mean, if you really think about it, it's a perfect example of how tough it is for a startup airline to break into the industry because it was done in 1992. You ain't getting in there because the big carriers and some of the other carriers, you're going to get squeezed out.
Oh, man.
It's a tough market. I mean, even back then, it's a tough market. It's a tough market today because if you start stepping on toes and you get in somebody else's territory, they're going to start squeezing you out. And that's what happened with him. I mean, you think about a lot of the smaller try to start up airlines, they'll start for 1 or 2 years and they get squeezed out.
I mean, when we started flying, there were so many different airlines in the United States. Like there was just, regionally, there was just like little tiny airlines here and there,
Northwest.
everywhere. I mean, just small airlines. Like right here in this region that we're in, there was Great Lakes Airlines. Like all these different airlines that were just like about. But as time goes by, like this now merger situation is happening where it's like more mergers are happening. I mean, there's still mergers on the cusp right here of what's getting ready to happen. I mean, there's a lot of airlines out there. Some of the discount airlines are looking for mergers, and
it's a game of survival, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a business. You have to survive, and even when people get on the airplane all the time, the first thing they ask is the flight full. Of course, it's full. Let me tell you, there's only so many seats in the air, right. And those seats get taken. And the airlines are not in the business of not filling seats. That's what we do, man. That's how we make money.
Yeah. We're not in the business. Like, it's just like a hotel. Like they need people occupying the hotel, right?
Yeah.
Empty rooms don't make money.
Yeah, just because you're sitting there doesn't mean we can't move somebody to your row just because you wanted the whole row. It doesn't work that way. Get that all the time, though, don't we? Right?
Yeah,
that person looks at you as like, how dare you put another person in the row with me and the seat in between us?
I reserved this 3 months ago.
Yeah, exactly. I went the whole row. Well, then you had to pay for it. And then we move that person in. We get all dirty looks for the next 3 or 4 hours. But yeah, it's not yours. Just like the overhead bins. Hey, here's a little key fact, folks. Overhead bins, nobody owns them.
Yeah, exactly.
No, let's repeat that. Nobody owns an overhead bin. Because the overhead bin is over your head does not mean that is your overhead bin. Just remember that when you get on board an aircraft, you start yelling at those nice flight attendants. It is a space in which you put luggage. That's it.
Yep, it's a public space for the entire
You did
aircraft.
not buy it. So you purchased that seat, which has the seat assignment, and that's the one you bought.
Yeah, when it's full, it's full.
It's full. Yeah, that's what we do, man. We fill them up and we make money.
Right. The other thing, man, another thing that's like with all this stuff that we're talking about too, AI has been like in the news like crazy right now, and I'm just like, wow. The more and more I think about like, because it just keeps popping up and all this stuff like AI. It's on like on super mode right now. And what do you think about AI? Like, how do you feel? How do you feel? And I know you're not a techie, so like I'm asking.
No, I was going to say you're going to love this one. Yeah. I'm going to be completely honest.
But this is a good example of like probably you're a really good example of a common American that doesn't know a lot about AI. But what do you think about it?
What are you saying?
No. I'm not. There's no bad about this. But
man.
I just want to hear what you have to say.
No, it's true though. I mean, I'm not, and a lot of times with Sean. Sean's a big techie, so it's kind of good for me. I got this best friend. He's a freaking little techie, so it's like if I need to know something, I just go to him. He'll look at me, give me a funny look, and then we go about our business. But let me tell you, AI. All right, and didn't know a lot about it. Knew about it, read about it, but didn't actually use it until. When we started doing the podcast, you were like, gee, you got to look at this, look at the AI of this. And I'm like, okay, in what way? And then you showed me a couple ways to do it and utilize it. And I think that in a good way, it's really good. Really good.
Yeah. I mean,
I can see how it could go bad, but on some things I can really see how it goes bad, but man, I can see a lot of good with AI.
Yeah, AI right now is like, I think that like there's this like, and this is just me making a assumption of my perception of what AI is doing right now. AI right now is all around us. Like there's so much AI in the world that people don't understand all the AI that's involved. I mean, we have AI in our cars. We have AIs freaking on our wristwatch. We have AIs in the computer. We have AIs are freaking on our doorbell cameras. And, like there's all kinds of crazy AI technology that's out there that people don't realize like we're like swimming in it right now, but people don't understand that that's what AI is. Like it's this assistance to, an algorithm that's assisting us, as humans. So like for me, there's a lot of like benefits to it. I mean, it's like really cool as far as like some of the things that we can do, research and development and the questions and stuff. Like there's a new ChatGPT is the big one that everybody's talking about, right? Everybody get online and talk to ChatGPT. So then there's a new one that just came out that China threw out there that said that they built it at half the cost and stuff. So it like threw the stock market in a frenzy and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. But AI is here and going to stay and going to be like totally encompassing. But there's some scary stuff about AI. And here's my thing about scary is AI is driving all these things like automated cars. Like, remember I was telling you about the other day, the guy was trapped in that car, the AI car, or he was self-driving car, and he couldn't get out.
Exactly. Yeah. They showed, in the movie, real quick, Fast and Furious. You've seen that.
Yeah.
Okay. AI, she took over every car.
Right.
Every freaking car, every one of them. That can be done.
Yeah. Well, see, so you put that into AI. So like her hacking into that, like that's not AI. AI is actually like the computer itself doing it by automation. Like she didn't have to initiate it. Like the computer did it itself. So that's the AI that's kind of like scary. Like that's scary is the dystopian viewpoint of AI. Like, is it going to take over? Is it going to be like Terminator where computers start running us and shit like that? Right. So I've been doing like I call this research on AI and stuff lately, and AI it's interesting because it's a new technology that just got developed, and so the algorithm of AI right now is this. We are teaching computers to teach themselves. So like how like Alexa right here, like she's teaching, and hopefully she doesn't talk to us, but she's teaching herself how to understand our inflections of our voice, how to like understand our language, how to answer our questions. And the more she does it, the more smart she gets. And that's what AI is about, like this, and continuously like trying to machine learn and let it learn itself. And they're talking about, this is crazy, that there's this singular moment going to happen. And the singular moment is when a computer in the world becomes more intelligent than us.
Well, I already think that is.
Well, I mean,
really,
it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened. Believe me. That's what scientists are like. They're saying they're estimating like in 2040 is we're going to have a singular event where a computer is smart, but then it's only going to be smart in a certain type of, knowledge.
You'll be in a shit situation if you can't turn the damn power off.
Right. I mean,
right.
So
seriously,
it will be smart in the aspect of the knowledge and how we can operate and things
it could shut down
that
your
were
power
automated.
grid.
Yeah.
It could
do all kinds of stuff, right? But it's not like it's going to be doing bad things, because remember, algorithms are designed to help us, right?
Right.
But yes, there is a bad part to that, just like humans, we're all raised to do the right thing, right? But then there's people out there doing the wrong thing, right?
Yeah, so, a lot of experience with that now.
So it's a very interesting thing that like AI, like people aren't really paying attention to it too much to me, but it's all over the news, kind of like popping up here and there.
Right.
But it's like all around us, like we're deep into it, and it's just going to get. I mean, I think things are going to get really better and better and better, and like make things more simplified for us. Like this podcast is like, so, I mean, we use AI on this podcast, and we use it in many different ways, like to modulate our voice when we're doing recordings, when we upload those things. It does script writing for us. It does all this like manual work that we don't have to do. I mean, literally a push a button, boom.
As long as you push a button.
Yeah. So
I made that damn mistake too, didn't you?
Yeah. Anyways, I thought it'd be a good discussion, because I was like, it's interesting to me that what people who aren't techies know and don't know.
But like I said, I actually do like it. I mean, honestly, I do. Even not knowing that much about it, it's kind of fun to work with it. Now, I'm never going to get that deep into it like you do, but it is even for the normal person, it's a lot of fun to work with it.
Yeah, the technology and stuff behind AI is kind of like it just, to me, like you're saying, I don't want to know everything behind it. It's kind of like my wife; she's a pilot,
right?
And she flies this plane and everything, but she can give a shit how the thing works. Like she doesn't care anything about it.
Agree with that.
Like, she doesn't. She loves the job. She loves doing the job. She doesn't care about she doesn't get into. She's not that geeky pilot out there, not to offend anybody, but that is all into like, oh, look all the technology and stuff behind her, which that would be me. Right. She's just, I'm going to work. I like
she's
doing
just
the
damn
job.
good at flying a plane. That's what it is. I mean, no, seriously. She's damn good at flying a plane. I would give her props all day long. Flown with her for years, man. She's just good. But I'd rather take good than a techie any day.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, so this is a good segue, man. Like talking about pilots and stuff. How about that crash?
There's been so many incidents here recently, and man, everybody is questioning what's going on, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's scary when things like start happening, and it's like continue to happen and stuff, because airline flying is the safest way to travel. I mean,
It is.
I mean, come on, like it's air safety. Like it's amazing. And the likelihood of you being in a crash, but now we have the internet, we have this mass media, we have all this information. I mean, within seconds of that crash happening, it was all over the news everywhere.
Right.
Right.
Well, everybody, yeah, but now you got like everybody sitting there saying, "Oh, this happened, this happened, this happened." You know what I mean? And this is the reason why it is. And then now everybody's questioning, like, was it the pilot? Was it this? Was it that? You know? And let me tell you, until the reports come out, you can't believe anything. But I mean, for us, I mean, we know a lot as far as when we're flying, right? And they had those videos out. And those videos are kind of, I mean, you're looking at those and you see a lot in that video, Sean.
Yeah, the videos are so interesting to me. Coming from the perspective of the airline industry. So the best video that was out there, you saw the one from the cockpit, the plane that was holding.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
There, and
seen
the
that.
guy, like the plane's coming in. I mean, it was like he knew something was going to happen almost. I mean, it was so weird and eerie. And then all of a sudden, this plane's spinning around, losing its wings and rolling in the snow. And, from an airline standpoint, first of all, many pilots out there listening or seeing that were probably shocked that video was even posted.
Right. Because
you're not supposed to be videotaping in a cockpit.
Right. There. Yeah.
Right. I mean, the guy's getting ready to take off.
Somebody's going to look into that.
Right. I'm sure somebody might look into that whole aspect of it. So minor as far as the public's concerned, but from an airline standpoint,
not supposed to be doing.
We're not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
Right?
Nope.
But then the videos of like all the pastors coming off, like I saw.
Let's talk about but let's talk about that for a minute because we're not gonna throw out there what we thought happened because we're gonna have our own opinion on that. And me and Sean have been doing this job a long time, so we have our own opinion about like what we thought occurred there. But let's talk about the freaking miracle that happened, folks. Let me tell you. All right, when that plane hit the ground, here's miracle number one. First of all, I know the weather conditions were bad, but the weather conditions, believe it or not, what happened is probably one of the things that saved a lot of lives that day because what happened was when that plane hit and that wing snapped right off.
Yeah, I mean, just to think about how the fuselage like was spinning on the ground, the wings snap off, which for most people, I don't know if they know this or not know this, but that's where our tanks of gas are, right?
Well, you've seen that.
Right. And so it's spinning and turning on fire and all that stuff. And so the conditions rolling into the snow and the ice, I mean, it actually contributed to saving their lives.
Well, if you look at the ball of fire, that's the fuel coming out of the wing, like you said, right? The fire went straight back to the back part of the aircraft. Okay, there was no hole in the side of the aircraft, thank God, because no one would have been burnt if that because of the jet fuel.
Oh, for sure.
The jet fuel went right out the back. Now this is just what you could see, okay, and then you seen it trail. Now if it would have been the ground would have been dry, would have been a dry situation, not wet, not frozen, not anything. That jet fuel would have ignited everything around it. And it's truly freaking amazing. The snow, the water, it kind of took care of that. But then aircraft rolls over, turns upside down. Yeah. Upside down. You got your seatbelts on, getting out of that plane upside down. Another miracle, right? Nobody. There's a few bad injuries, right? I think it was an infant that it was one of them. But
a few people without their seatbelts on.
So you're now upside down, and we're in our harness, and they're in their regular seatbelt. And I couldn't even imagine what it's going to be because you're going to drop,
dude. It probably happened it's a split second that you're happening. Like, I mean, us getting out of our seatbelts, like, depending on the type of seat that we're in, because we have many different ones. I mean, whether you have, a buckle or a twist knob that you're going to release everything. But no matter what, I mean, we don't train for upside down.
Nope.
Like, I mean, you've seen that, like, Top Gun, they put them in, they throw them into the pool upside down. They got to get out of their seat and stuff like that. We don't do stuff like that as flight attendants, we don't train for those type of situations. Now we do talk about like old, incidents that happen, all that stuff. But I mean, it was just a freaking miracle, and the conditions of what happened saved their lives. I mean, all I was thinking was, they would have, if this would have been in the summertime, it would have been just a mass fire event. Horrible. And like everybody, like any of the exits, some of the exits wouldn't be usable.
The fuselage stayed intact. That was that was incredible.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
really.
breaking into pieces.
Not
like
breaking
we've seen
into
so many
pieces.
times. Like like as far like the one that just happened in Reagan.
Right.
Like I mean, that broke into pieces.
Yeah, and that aircraft had no slides because it's low to the ground. That that was amazing because you're able to use all the exits. Because if you had opened those doors and you'd had slides, those slides would have inflated, possibly blocking those passengers' exit. Because could you imagine trying to disarm a door being upside down?
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to. I mean, if you're upside down, you have to disarm because if the slide inflates, it's going to block. So the narrow body aircrafts, and I know many of them, Embraer, things like that. They're a lot like the arming devices that we have on like a lot of our aircrafts, where it's just a handle where we just like switch it, right?
Right.
So, but if we were like in a 737 where we had a physical bar that we had to like connect to the floor and things like that. That would have been a son of a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But,
that's all I could think about.
It was like just all the variables, depending on the type of the aircraft that it happened with and all that stuff. It's like
you were able to use your doors, your window exits, and the crew did a phenomenal job. You've seen the video with them, and you got the doors open, got the window exits open, and those people got out safely, and that was a freaking miracle. I mean, thank God. I mean, all those people, they survived. The crew survived. It was that's the main thing. That's all that matters. Everything else they'll figure out. But man, oh man, that was definitely a miracle.
Even the lucky attitude of the aircraft when it stopped, right?
Right.
It was literally upside down. It wasn't like on its side, covering one of the doors or covering one of the exits. It was like perfect position
upside down. That's what I said. I mean, it was. If you know anything about with the industry, I mean, that was a miracle. I mean, you just seen the plane intact. It wasn't constant. The situations, you're right. It was perfect.
That flight attendant was a freaking amazing too. I mean, the video of her like evacuating the aircraft and stuff, and you could hear. I was listening to all the commands and stuff as a flight attendant. We're always like listening to the commands that she was doing and stuff. That was one of the things I was paying attention to. Like, and one thing that popped out of my mind that every time she was like, "Put that down, leave this, get out, leave everything."
Yeah, your life's way more important than that.
Yeah, like don't take shit with you.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get your ass out of the aircraft. All that other material shit can be replaced. You can't replace your life.
It's amazing with phones, though, right? You get the before you'd never get the inside look of an evacuation. You got it.
Yeah.
You got it right from the inside. Somebody who would be doing that, you'd be thinking, okay, your life is more important than that damn video. I'm sorry. I get it. They have them, but shit, my life's way more important than that stupid ass video.
Yeah. The perspectives of like all the different videos that we got in this. I mean, it is a miraculous, like how many different perspectives and like NTSB or whoever controls Canada up there. I know the NTSB is helping Canada as well because it's an American airline.
Right.
But it's like, they've got a lot of good footage of like what really happened. So this investigation is going to come out with some very detailed, good information about this whole accident.
But for our listeners that are not crew members, just realize this, man. There's like 45,000 flights per day in the United States. I know you're seeing these incidents and you're sitting there saying what's going on, and it's because that it's so big when you see it and you think about an airplane. But realize this: 45,000 per day. Now imagine how many people are in those planes. It's unbelievable. It's like 2.9 million daily.
Daily. I mean, they say that there's over 10 million flights per year. Like 10 million people are flying per year. That's crazy. I mean, it's like, wow.
I mean, that is absolutely crazy. But you know something? Again, that was an absolute miracle. Hey, go to your fun facts. So let's talk about some fun facts.
Let's talk about some fun facts, man. There's some, as I'm always looking around the internet and stuff for some fun facts that are happening. But in 1876, Julius Wolfe supplied the first canned sardines in Maine.
You remember when I ate the sardines? You're like, hey, the sardine. I looked at you. I was like, does sardines bother you? And you're like, no. And I opened the can. You're like, what the hell are you doing?
First of all, I think there needs to be a law about fish on planes.
I mean, ask you.
Like cooking fish. First of all, I know sardines aren't cooked, but like cooking fish on like fish entrees on plane when we cook them in the galleys and stuff. Like talking about like stench, like right?
That shit was funny. Though,
It's always the fish that anything we get that's fishy. It stays on the plane for a long time.
You're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm like, are you? It's bad enough like eating eggs, like a hard-boiled egg on the plane. Like anything stinky as you're eating,
Oh my God, that was funny. That was the first one too. That was good.
So anyways, 1964, a British company sent 1,000 pounds of the beetle wigs to the United States. And when I say the beetle wigs, Ringo and the Beatles,
yeah.
1,000 pounds of wigs to the United States for Beatlemania.
I got nothing.
I got nothing
on that one.
But like, why would that be like? That's so. It was just so random. I was just like, this is so crazy. Anyways, 1881, alcohol was prohibited in Kansas. It was the first state to prohibit the production and transport of the sale of alcohol. And this, I brought this up in 1881. So think of this date. For 67 years, that act drove prohibition in the United States. So it's, with all the crazy stuff that's happening and all the extreme views that are happening in the United States and stuff, I was just like, here was one thing, one state that had a movement of like alcohol's bad and it's sinful and whatever, all that stuff. And then they prohibit it, and it starts this huge trend that happens across the whole United States, and it takes 67 years to like snap out of it.
Well, shit, we still got programs about corn whiskey, man, on TV. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, right? They actually have programs now. They got these still back up in the woods.
Oh yeah. But are they making illegal whiskey and stuff without permits and stuff? Yeah, people always still making their own.
But that's what I mean. It started that shit all the way back to the Prohibition days, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because that's what they did. They made it, ran the whiskey in those cars. I mean, back then. So.
And it's funny because like, actually making it and stuff in many states aren't even illegal anymore. Like you can make as much as you want. It's the selling and distribution is the part that when the state can't, the state or whoever, the government can't get their tax money. That's when you got problems.
always the tax guy.
I mean, we can go down to our local drugstore down here. I don't know if you know this, but like Ace Hardware down the street here has a whole section about brewing.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you should stop in there sometime. It's a pretty wild, like they have 2 rows of nothing about, they'll teach you and have the materials and the supplies, how to make your own wine and how to make your own brew.
I can't wait for the next one.
Like it's crazy.
I cannot wait for this next one.
The next fact, 1914, frugal parents decided to mail their 4-year-old child 73 miles from their home to their grandparents. Dude, in 1914, first of all, so we got to put this
little
like
Johnny in a package.
I mean, we're talking about like stowaways and all this stuff. There's a whole new aspect to it. But in 1914, when you're mailing somebody, first of all, it's like
get in the damn box.
How are they? Yeah, get in the box, and then they close up the box, and then the mail company like. They were transporting shit by horse.
A wooden crate, maybe.
Yeah.
Right?
There's no details on this information, but I mean, it's definitely a novel idea.
That's pretty funny.
Like mail their damn kids.
All right, man. Let's go to the destination of the week.
Yeah, the destination of the week, man, is Spokane, Washington. Spokane. Have you laid over there?
I have lots of times.
Yeah. First of all, I like Spokane. It's a cool little layover for us. I mean, we stay usually right down town by the Spokane River, right next to it. And some of the things that I like to do when I go there is the scooters.
Yeah.
You get on those like a little, the Lime scooters or whatever the company is out there, and you jump on those scooters and you can pay by the hour or whatever and just go. But cool thing next to this river is they got this trail on both sides of the river, and you can go for miles and miles on these scooters. So if you just want to get out and just like see some beautiful views and kind of traverse the whole city, scooters, man.
Good running area too.
Great. I mean, yeah. If you do that type of thing.
Or you do the scooter. I might do the running. Sean will do the scooter.
Right. I'm definitely in the scooter stage right now. But right up the road, right on the river, is Gonzaga University. And another thing that I did, that I took a scooter up, you kind of like head out away from the river where we stay and stuff. But you head up the hill from the river. And there is a garden there that is absolutely super famous, called Duncan Gardens.
Yeah, I've been there. That's actually pretty cool.
I mean, it's really cool, and it looks like something like Central Park United in New York City. It is immaculate, but it also has all these like multiple different gardens. They have the Japanese gardens. They've got a rose garden there. They've got a lilac garden, and you can just scooter all over that park too.
I can see you, man. Get your little helmet on. You're scootering around,
dude. Man, it's a cool little place. But I mean, I wouldn't say this is a winter destination. But I mean, when you get into summer, spring, fall, I mean, it's probably beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been there in those times, and each season.
I love Japanese gardens too, though, man. They're so cool.
They're really tranquil. Like you can like just chill.
Right.
Like, I mean, it's cool to just like sit around and stuff like that on the garden and just be like, just think, is it? And yeah, man, the Japanese gardens and the whole park and stuff is really beautiful. It's up on the hill there in Spokane. The other thing is, I already mentioned Centennial Trail, but another big landmark that's down on Centennial Trail is they got a merry-go-round there, a carousel that's right on the river, that's enclosed, that's very famous. And I haven't been on it myself, but I've seen it many times, and it is a very interesting, cool old carousel. Not a lot of those around in the United States right now. But then we get into the eating. And the eating right now, dude, one of the places that I've always gone to is I love to find a good burger. And the Onion Bar in Spokane is a burger place. It's a burger and brew place. And you walk into this place and it has like, it looks like 100 taps on the wall. And each tap, instead of having like, you see the tap and it has like the brand or the brewery or whatever brewery it is, they just have like chalk boards on each tap and they write the names of them on with chalk. And it's just unlimited. But the burgers there are fabulous.
I can see you taking me to that one because, again, you'd be yelling at me the kind of beer I get to drink, but go ahead. I could already see that. I was like, he would take me there.
I don't know if they even serve Corona in that place because it's like a brewery. Like, I think they only have their own beer.
I'd get a common beer just to piss you off. But go ahead.
You'd try for sure. And then onion rings, of course, it's called the Onion Bar. So the onion rings they're gigantic. I love they're amazing, rings. All that stuff. Like, cool. But one other place that's really cool there is called Wooden City, man. It is this pizza place with comfort foods and little small plates and the cocktails and stuff like that. Really big happening place there. That Wooden City is like another place that I've eaten there. Really enjoy the food. Super delicious. But yeah, man, that's Spokane. If you're getting out, I mean, it's a cool place to visit and a cool little atmosphere downtown. Lots of different other places to eat and stuff like that. But check that place out. So anyways, we got the quote, man.
I was just thinking, man, this is actually a pretty fun week. But the quote, I just love what we talked about today. Anyway, the elevator to success is out of order. You'll have to use the stairs one step at a time. That was cool. I like that.
Man. I mean, this quote is one of those things is like there's so many things out right now in the world on the internet and Facebook and Instagram, everywhere you look, and like everybody's trying to do it fast, trying to make their way fast in life. And you just gotta take it one step at a time, man. I mean, it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to get rich overnight. There's no fast, portal to this. There's no elevator to success. One step at a time.
That's what we do. All right, guys. Hey, listen, it was a lot of fun. You guys have a great week. We will see you next week on Cabin Pressure. You guys be careful out there. Take care of yourself. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Cabin Pressure with Sean and G. Please follow us on Facebook, leave us a comment, and we'll see you next week on Cabin Pressure.